Pasadena, Texas, I was born and raised. Grew up with both parents who weren't on the same page. Sometimes they would laugh, more times they would crumble. They both love.
What's up YouTube, it's your girl Liz and I am back with another video. So today I'm going to be doing a cooking video. So I'm going to be cooking flautas. So a lot of people do them many different ways. I'm going to be doing it the way I've always done it. I know get a lot of comments. I get a lot of people like, how do you do it, and can you show me, can you tell me how to do it, just type it up, whatever. And I remember typing it up one time for one of my friends, one of my co-workers that I used to work with, and it took a while, you know, so I'd rather, you know, might as well just make a video of it and people can just watch it. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started. I already got this stuff from earlier. I went to the store earlier. I meant to vlog it, but I ended up forgetting my camera. My phone was already dying at the time, so next time when I make something else, I'll get it. But I will put everything that you need in the description below. When it comes to seasoning, I don't really measure seasoning. I kind of just eyeball it. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get this started. So first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put my hair up. I hate cooking with my hair down. Just one, because it could get in the food, and then two, it just gets in my way when I'm cooking. Then I wash my hands. So I always wash my hands before I cook, just germs. So I'm gonna set y'all up right here. I know the lighting's pretty bad because of this light up here, but I'm gonna be having the camera face down just so y'all can see what I'm doing. Alright guys, so I have my jalapeños, my onions, my tomatoes, my guacamole, my limes, my tortillas, and then I have my pan ready for the flautas and the tortillas that I'm gonna be frying. This I'm gonna be boiling the chicken in, and then I have the other two pans that I'm gonna be using a little bit later, and then I have my knife and my cutting board to cut up the vegetables. And so yeah, let's go ahead and get started. Alright guys, so the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna fill this up with water, and I'm gonna put the chicken in here and I'm gonna let it boil. So while this is boiling, I'm gonna be going and cutting the vegetables and all that. So let me fill this with water. Alright guys, so I put about this much water, so it's just enough to cover the chicken. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the chicken in already. So it's 1, 2, 3. So while that's boiling, I'm gonna go ahead and start cutting up everything else. So I'm gonna start with the tomatoes. I'm gonna do about 5. Okay, so I'm gonna go rinse these real quick, be right back. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and cut up the tomatoes first. So you kind of just, again, everybody cuts tomatoes differently. I learned from my mom of cutting the tomatoes. Again, others may do it differently than I am. Just as long as they're, you know, small pieces, you should be fine. So you can cut them however y'all are used to cutting them. Just cutting up 3 tomatoes, just because I feel like that's enough. So I'm gonna go ahead and put it in a bowl right here. Again, I'm not making a lot. This is so what I'm cutting up is gonna be for the guacamole that I'm gonna make a little bit later. So that's what I'd rather just cut it up now. I already washed the board. I'm gonna go ahead and cut up the onion. I may just use only half, but we'll see. Yeah, so I'm probably just gonna use half just because it's like a really big onion. Jalapeños. So 1, 2, 3. I'll go ahead and cut up 6 jalapeños. This one I will cut up all 6. I may need a little bit more, but we'll see. And then I just cut them all in half just because I'm gonna go rinse them, and while I rinse them I'm also taking out the seeds and the stem that's inside. Okay, if you want to leave them in there just to make it a little bit more spicy, you're more than welcome to, but I always just take them out. So let me go ahead and go do that real quick and I'll be right back. Alrighty, so whenever you do wash them and take out stem, it should look something like this. There's different ways of taking them out. Some people use utensils. I just use my hands just to take them out. So let me go ahead and cut these up. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and put this in a bowl. Alright, so I mean at this point you can go ahead and mix all of them. I mean they're all gonna go in the same bowl later. So go ahead and add them all together just so you can just have one bowl up here on the counter. And you'll have more room for all the other stuff. So the chicken is almost there. I'm giving maybe about another 5-10 minutes. What I'm gonna do over here on this big one, I already turned on the fire. I'm gonna go ahead and put some oil in there, and I like to put the tortillas in here just so whenever I do roll them it's a lot easier and it won't crack. So that's the only reason why I do it that way. Okay, so once it's ready, you can go ahead and start putting in the tortillas in there. Alright, so the tortillas are done. I'm gonna let them cool down a little bit before I start trying to roll them. Right, the chicken's already done, so I'm gonna go ahead and take them out, and I'm gonna go ahead and shred the chicken. And yes, I found an easier way to shred them, so let me show y'all that real quick. So I just take this bowl, and I'm gonna take them out with the spoon that has like a strainer, or if you have tongs you can take them out that way as well. Just be careful. Alright, so after I've taken out all my chicken, I'm gonna bring it over here. I put it inside my KitchenAid, so you can see. I use this kind of, whatever this is. I lock it, and then I started off slow, so I put it on 1 or stir, and it kind of just shreds on its own. As you can see here, it's already shredding the chicken. While this is shredding, I'm gonna go ahead and come over here, and I'm gonna go ahead and separate the tortillas just so they can all cool down at once. I'm gonna just separate them like that on both plates. My chicken's already done, so you can see here. So next I'm gonna do, while my tortillas are cooling down, I'm gonna season the chicken, then I'm gonna cook it, that way it can all be seasoned and it'll have a taste. Alright guys, so what I use to season this is I use this Season All by Morton. So I just sprinkle some of that in here. And then I put some garlic powder. a little bit. I'll mix it up. I either use my hands or I'll use a spoon. Okay, so I already sprayed it with the pan spray. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna pour the chicken in here. I'm just gonna cover it just so it can cook a little bit. Well, that's cooking. I'm gonna go ahead and start back on the guacamole again. So for the guacamole, I'm probably gonna use about 3 because they're really big, these guacamoles. So I'm probably gonna use about 3. If I need more, I think I got like 3 more. So how I do it is the way I've always seen it get done. Take that off. Is just cut down the middle. And then once you find that the little ball that's in there, you just cut around it until you meet back to where you started. Boom, and I just scoop it out into the bowl. Alright, I usually just put these to the side for right now. Just because at the end I put them in there. I ended up using all 6 of the guacamole, because I wanted to make sure that we had enough. So alright, so now I'm gonna add everything that I cut up little by little though. So when it's all mixed in just like this, that's when I start doing the limes. So I add lime and then I add salt. Alright, so I'm gonna do maybe about 6 of them and then mix and then 6. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and add the salt. Alright, so I'm gonna add my salt. Alright, so I'm gonna put a little bit on my hand. That's actually perfect. I don't need anything else. When I'm done with that, add the little things that I put to the side that came with in the guacamole, whatever these are called. If you know what they're called, comment down below. I have no idea what they're called. I usually just add all of them. So there, and then I just mix them in there. Alright, so after I'm done with the guacamole, I go ahead and roll the flauta. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. And yeah, so let me set y'all up over here where y'all can see what I'm doing. So alright, so I got my chicken, I got my tortillas, and I got this extra plate. I also use toothpicks. I usually don't, but if I make multiple ones, I like to put maybe like 2 or 3 together. That way whenever I flip it to the other side, it's a lot easier. So I'm gonna go ahead and start. Alright guys, so after I'm done rolling them, I put, well, since I'm gonna go to my tia's house when I'm done, I just put a foil and then a paper towel. That way the paper towel can soak all the oil that's left in there. So all I do is I just get one and I just start putting them on there. So I'm gonna let it cook for a little bit. So I just let them cook maybe for about 2 minutes, and then I just flip each of them. When it's done, I kind of just take them out and I just put them there. And I just cover it. Alright, I just got to my tia's house, so she's gonna be the first one to taste test everything. That's the rice.
Mama, what do you
It's real good.
And the guacamole, the everything. Good. Alright, now my uncle is gonna try it.
Hi.
Hey, Elijah.
Remember me?
Yes, I remember you. Do you remember me?
Yeah.
What about the guacamole, rice, everything?
How's your brothers?
Good.
How are you doing?
Jesus.
How are you doing today?
Alright guys, so that is all I have for today. As y'all can tell, it turned out really good. So if you ever want to try it, it's there. If y'all do try it, comment below, comment a photo below how it turned out. And yeah, so if this video can get,
Sorry, get him.
I don't know what number, 20? If this video can get 20 likes, I will do another video, a cooking video. If it gets 25 and up, I will do a video on how I do my rice. So with that being said, I will see y'all in my next video. Can you say bye? Bye.
Diddy.
Play sports, I wanted to, but the coach said I was short. I remember that I spent the whole night crying, but shout out to my brother for teaching me how to ball. Then a couple